Sure, this thing records so soon. Anyway, so this is me on Wednesday, the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. I am in a motherfucking load of pain. Like, this is some serious shit. I had a big scare on Saturday. It was just like any other Saturday. Got up, had a few errands to run, went to a friend's granny's funeral, and yeah, so I mean, it started at home, this pain, but I thought, well, maybe I need to pass gas. Feels like I need to pass gas, I just need to wait for it. And then obviously getting to the church, it was just pressing. Like, I had tight jeans on. Yeah, just pressing. Got into the car, and on the way to the cemetery, I couldn't get out of the car. So I asked Keenan to go back home. Phoned my GP, and she was closed as it's Heritage Day. And I phoned Fatima Ghani, an ultrasound specialist, and we rushed through to her. And I was in such severe pain, that unfortunately I had to pass by some highly pregnant ladies who were already there. But I'm sure they could see what pain I was in. Anyway, got onto the bed, and Fatima noted that she was seeing fluid in my uterus, fluid around my uterus, and a cyst on my left ovary. And then I knew, this was, and obviously in the report I seen, she said that she noted that an ectopic pregnancy couldn't be ruled out. So I rushed to hospital. I asked Keenan to take me to hospital, and we're on the, for those of you who are Discovery Health members, we are on the Classic Delta Saver, which means that for planned procedures, we go to specific hospitals, or else there is this co-payment, right? So, but in the event of an emergency, you go to any hospital. So obviously, Malbarton Hospital was closer, and like by default, we know to go to Clinton because it's under the Delta network, but I couldn't wait. So we rushed to the hospital. I was fading, like I told Keenan, feels like I'm going. The pain was unbearable. Got to the hospital, he got me a wheelchair, and, they did all my observations, and I gave them the report. This is the most frustrating thing, is that I gave them the report. So anyway, Keenan comes back from administration, and he's like, or reception, and he's like, no, we need to pay for like a co-payment or something, will be refunded. So this was now not even a co-payment, but because our medical aid savings was depleted. And in that moment, they had our medical aid card details. While they had our medical aid details, Keenan, I had a new card, so he didn't even know that PIN. And I drew a blank. But I said, these people have my medical aid details. They can keep my license, they can keep my card, they can keep my ID, but just stabilize me first. And there was no such, it wasn't happening. And this chick was like at reception, or guy, I don't know, that she would get into trouble. And I then, like, I voiced out that I was going to take legal action because that was an emergency. And what's worse is that I gave them a report from a reliable specialist to say something is wrong. So the pain I was displaying, the discomfort I was displaying, and the report should have been enough for them to just treat me, stabilize me. Anyway, we then drove to Clinton. I had to endure a further 20 minutes of excruciating pain. Got to the hospital. Fortunately, this super awesome guy, I wish I remembered his name. He was a doctor on duty in the casualty ward this past Saturday, the 24th. And all he was concerned about was just like stabilizing me. That pain. And then we sorted out all the paperwork, the documentation after that. And later on that day, I was booked in. He actually had to find a gynae because there was no gynae on call. Unfortunately, he got hold of Dr. Coleman. And he came through Saturday to check me out and operated on me that evening. And it turned out that I had cysts and an ectopic pregnancy, and my tube had already ruptured. We weren't expecting it. Like, I did not even think for a second or for a few weeks I was pregnant. I didn't know. And honestly, I didn't feel like, it caught me off guard. But the fact remains, it was a scary encounter. I mean, I've had 2 cesarean sections, right? So 2 cesareans with both Mika and Luca. However, it's different. Like, this pain, I've never encountered like a pain this excruciating. I actually went to my doctor today. I was discharged on Monday. Taken off the drip Sunday, but given like injected every 6 hours because I just couldn't handle the pain. And I was discharged, but like it just wasn't enough. It wasn't strong enough. It wasn't helping me. So Tuesday, I just started developing these hectic. Let me just see what my dog's doing. My puppy. Okay, sorry. Are you okay? Hmm? Okay, I don't know what was happening there. I'm gonna cut that out. And yeah, I did phone him, Dr. Coleman, very lovely guy, to say that I was experiencing some serious pain. It didn't seem normal. Although my mom told me, she warned me that like a piece of me is missing, that should be there. It's not like it's a pregnancy and the baby's removed through a cesarean. So my body's adjusting to this missing piece. But be that as it may, I've just been experiencing like spasms of note in my abdominal area. My tummy has been so sore, cramping. I've been running to the toilet every other minute. Or, just like after I eat or drink anything, basically. So, yeah, I'm on like a bunch of meds over there. and on an antibiotic now because I actually went to my GP today and she picked up that I have an infection because I knew that this pain was not flippin' normal. It's fucking so painful. It's like menstrual pains, period pains, but on steroids, like on overload. Fuck. No. You can't imagine. Like, these painkillers are not enough. They gave me still pain and Voltaren. Not working. The doctor gave me Sinaleve. Unfortunately, she prescribed something very close to flippin' morphine. But none of the chemists had them. And like 4 dischems didn't have them, and I needed like something. Just it's taking too long. But anyway, this is me. I feel like I'm floating in and out of consciousness. Though I can't sleep. Like, this pain is just too much to sleep. Feels like every other part of my body is relaxing. Besides my abdominal area. I mean, look at how swollen that is. I am so bloated. It's unreal. Wait, let me see. It is serious. So sore. Wow. Oh, hectic. I don't even, I feel like maybe even this pants is too tight. Like, I need no pressure whatsoever. So with that said, that was about it, the events that unfolded this past weekend. Scary shit. My advice to females, to anyone really, is, listen to your body. Listen when he or she speaks to you, I'm glad I listened. I could have just brushed it off as some, like, indigestion or IBS. That's what it felt like at first. And just, like, taken, like, really strong pills at home. But it could have ended up a whole lot worse. And I think that is why I developed the infection, because my fallopian tube ruptured. And yeah, so my chances are a lot less likely that I'll have a baby again. But I've got to. I know it doesn't sort of mean, there's absolutely no chance. I'm not planning for any, that is for sure. We've just welcomed a new member to our family, Lumi, a Yorkie, on Friday. So, yeah. Not right now, but I just think it was a wake-up call for me. I'm not ready to go. I'm not done yet. And my kids, there's so many things. I'm not ready to go. And if you're not ready to go, listen to your body, because it speaks to us. Bye.